everybody. Welcome to another episode of Rap Rock and All That Jazz. My name is Yusra, and who are you?
Guess what? I'm Leslie Wilson. We work together, don't we,
Yeah,
Yusra?
we do.
Just round the corner.
Yeah, I
All
see,
right.
just by the window. So you're...
Is it anything to do with the fact that I went away on holiday and you're trying to get one at me?
Yeah. It's been a while. You've been gone for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Just over 2 weeks, Yusra. Time flies
back.
when you're having fun.
Yeah,
Don't they say that?
it did not fly for me.
But honestly, it's great to be back and it's great to be here on the show.
Awesome.
You guys, we've got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, don't we, Yusra?
Yes, today's episode is about cover songs that are better than the originals. So.
Yeah. So you're going to ask me what's a cover song? Or?
Well, maybe tell me what you think is the most covered song in the world.
That's an easy one. It's a song by Leonard Cohen called Hallelujah. It's been covered by innumerable artists. It's a very poignant song. It's a song that touches your senses in so many ways. It's got very strong biblical references, but it's nothing to do with the religion.
Yeah.
It's sung with like a hymn would be sung with soaring notes, and Cohen did a brilliant job. Apparently, he wrote 80 drafts for this song before he got the exact version.
Oh,
he kept
interesting.
ripping off the sheets of the score. He couldn't find the real right note that he wanted to sing in because he's a deep baritone.
Yeah, I mean, he's an excellent poet, but an okay singer, because let me tell you who was a better singer than him, Jeff Buckley.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But I will jump in to correct you. Actually, the most covered song, surprisingly, is not Hallelujah. It is Yesterday by the Beatles. It's been covered more than 2,200 times.
Are you serious?
By hundreds of people. 2,200
You mean, has
people.
it been re-recorded? I mean, I'm talking
Yes,
about
we're talking like artists, not people who are like on YouTube or something.
Yeah. Does that
like,
include auditions, shows, and...
No, just musicians.
Wow.
Like Elvis covered it. Like so many people have covered Yesterday. And they've literally just made a movie about it called Yesterday.
Wow.
So that is actually one of the most covered songs. And it's
I stand corrected, guys, so I learned something today about Yesterday. Yeah, it's a great song, isn't it? I mean, the Beatles have to be one of my all-time favorite bands, and Paul McCartney wrote this song.
I didn't know
it's a beautiful, beautiful song. I mean, lyrically beautiful, romantic. It's got everything in it,
Yeah, I mean, other artists who covered this song were Joan Baez, Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, En Vogue, and even Boyz II Men. And everyone just kind of put their own spin on the song. And one of the most famous people who covered the song is Daffy Duck from Disney. You know the duck?
Really? Wow.
So yeah, that's an interesting fun fact
Nice
for you.
bit of trivia there, Yusra.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I did
Daffy
my
Duck,
research
wow.
today. So back to Hallelujah. So Jeff Buckley really he owns the song now, I think. I feel like has taken it away from Leonard Cohen, sort of, because he does it in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
And you know what really popularized the song? The first way that I discovered the song was from this TV show called The O.C.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know The O.C.
Yeah, I know the O.C. That's right.
It was back in 2000, and so I was 14. 2004.
Yeah.
Was when he kind of brought that song out, and then it's it's amazing. What do you think? You've heard both.
Yeah, I've heard Jeff Buckley, and I've even listened to his son Tim Buckley as well. He didn't do a version of that song, but yeah, I like. But having said that, I mean, you mentioned ownership of the song. I agree with. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's a question of taste. I mean, you definitely identify yourself more with the Jeff Buckley version.
Yes.
I'll still go with the Leonard Cohen version because he's lyrically a genius. I mean, the lyrics and the way he talks through his songs, he's amazing. And I was fortunate to see him live.
Oh, you did?
At the O2 once, and he's mesmerizing. He's pretty old, but he's he's
old but mesmerizing.
And he's from your part of the world. He's from Canada.
Oh, he's from Canada.
He's Canadian, yeah.
Just to clarify, I'm originally Egyptian, but I grew up in Canada.
But do you walk like an Egyptian? No? Okay. That's all right.
That's another song, isn't it?
Has anyone covered that song?
I actually, believe it or not, haven't even heard that song ever. So Walk Like an
Seriously.
Egyptian, yeah.
The Bangles, right?
My dad tried to sing it to me once and I didn't know it. I was like, I don't know
It's
what
by
you're
a band
doing.
called the Bangles. It's pretty cheesy, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's got that inane kind of
A little
walk
bit of
like an
like
Egyptian. Yeah. Okay.
Back to the cover songs. After all the research I did, most of the lists have said that the best cover song of all time is Hurt, Johnny Cash.
Yes.
So he took that song from Nine Inch Nails, which is a rock band.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about
Yeah, I know
them?
9 Inch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they actually wrote the song Hurt, but everyone universally agrees that Johnny Cash basically took that song, because I think their song is more heavy and rocky.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Johnny Cash is acoustic.
Essentially a country singer, yeah.
Yeah, and it's an acoustic version. And when you hear that song, so I've heard it like 3-4 times before we came here to record this episode, and it's such a like sad song.
Yeah.
And he sounds really old in it.
Yeah.
Like you can hear like time has like worn him out.
He's got a gravelly voice. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a member of what they call the iconic country singers. You know that, and he was in a band called the Highwaymen with some of the greatest country singers of all time, including Chris Christopherson. And so I know where you're coming from. It's a fabulous song. It's got just one name to it, Hurt.
Yeah.
And that tells a story, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yusra?
the
It's
lyrics
great,
are great. Like I feel like took that song and really made it his own. And
Yeah.
he's more known for it than Nine Inch Nails.
That's right.
are
Yeah. Guys,
as well.
get onto your iPods and try and listen to that song. If
iPods.
Yusra says it's good,
Oh my God.
it has to be good.
I don't think people have iPods anymore.
I do.
Oh.
Okay, I do.
I love that.
What about
Just Spotify
you guys
or
out there?
Apple Music.
Yeah. But then again, I'm
my
from a
God.
different world,
Aw.
so
I don't mean to always make you feel old, but yeah, iPods
iPods.
are kind
Okay.
of... Okay.
Let's move on quick before we get into an argument over here.
Another surprise song that you may not have known was a cover song is Respect by Aretha Franklin.
Yes, I know about that.
So you know about this song.
I always thought it was Aretha's song, but then
Yeah.
again, we know it.
It was originally done by Otis Redding.
Yes.
And just 2 years later, like she didn't even wait a long time. 2 years later, she recorded that song and gave it like that personality.
Yeah.
And she added the line RESPECT, find out what it means to
Yeah.
me, because that wasn't there in the original
Yeah.
song. And I think that kind of made it such an
Yeah.
anthem for
Yeah.
women at
Yeah.
that period. It was like, what, 1968?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still very relevant. I mean, it's an
Yeah.
awesome song.
Yeah.
And Otis Redding is a great singer himself. He wrote an iconic song, which was in Respect. It was called Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Okay.
That's his trademark song.
All right.
You mentioned Otis Redding, and most people will tell you Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. But having said that, Respect is such a fantastic song.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. It's a lovely paean for women. It's a cry out for recognition, for equality,
Yeah,
and for respect.
And she got 2 Grammys from it.
That's right.
It's really,
She did.
really
very
great
well
song.
deserved Grammys at all. Yeah.
Another really great one, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston,
Yes, yeah.
did not belong to Whitney
No.
Houston. It was Dolly Parton.
Yes,
How
that's right.
unexpected. She's a country singer. I would have
Yeah.
not thought that a song that was so soulful and
Yeah.
Whitney Houston-ish
Yeah.
was Dolly Parton's before it was Whitney
Yeah.
Houston's.
I think you got to be really brave to take somebody else's song, cover it, try and make it your own, try and make it better. I mean, it's a huge challenge. I mean, you could get it all wrong. You could go awfully wrong.
Yeah.
So I think I'm very intrigued about cover songs. Why would somebody want to cover somebody else's song?
You know what? Because songs are made to be remade,
Yeah.
right?
To some extent, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, originals are always great, or else we'd probably just never
Yeah,
have
yeah.
any diversity. But, I think if these songs weren't remade, would you have really, ever properly appreciated them?
Yeah, I think it's good when it's remade. It moves on from one generation to the other.
Yes.
So you get like El Divo, the recent bands doing older songs.
Yeah.
It revives them. It introduces them to the younger people. So it's a great thing. There's nothing wrong with cover songs. It's great. I'm very, like I use the word, intrigued whenever I hear of a cover song. I want to see let's see what these guys are going to do with this song.
And I feel like great platforms for cover songs is television and movies, because this song, I Will Always Love You, was originally recorded for The Bodyguard, and it ended up being the what was it? It was like, it stayed in the Billboard Hot Country Songs. No, sorry. It was the best-selling single by a woman in music history.
Yeah, that's
history. Right. And it was like a black woman as well, which was like amazing and a little bit, pioneering for the time.
Yeah.
So the film really was the reason that the song gained so much popularity.
And the Bodyguard soundtrack also made history. It's one of the best-selling soundtracks in history. Yeah,
we should do an episode on soundtracks.
That's something to look forward to. Yes, of course. Yeah, you guys keep watching our show, and we got a lot of ideas coming out every year.
Always with the promotion. What do you think? What do you have as a cover song that you can suggest?
Okay, I've got a few notes. Okay. I'm going to cheat a bit, because I've been on holiday.
I've been using my papers.
Back. Perhaps my favorite cover song of all time would be a song called "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong. It's pretty old,
I know it,
but it's been covered by so many people. It's been in commercials. It's in movie soundtracks.
Yeah.
It's an iconic song. It's an epic song. It's a song that makes your hair stand up sometimes,
Yeah, it's a lovely song.
I wish I could sing a few lines, but I'm scared you guys will run away. So let's leave it to the professionals to give us notes on that. Yeah, and there's a singer called Eva Cassidy who died very young, but she's got an angelic voice, and her version of this was pretty good.
Okay.
But perhaps the best version ever, cover version of "What a Wonderful World," came from a Hawaiian singer called Israel.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his second name.
He's sort of an overweight man with a ponytail.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Speaking of him, he also did one of the best covers of all time of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
He's actually fused both these songs. You know, that's lovely, Yusra. So we're on the same page.
Yeah.
That's such a lovely song, guys.
Yes.
Google it or, just YouTube it.
You'll know him when you see him.
You'll know him.
Basically.
He's obese. He was married to a princess because his voice was a gift from God.
Yes.
He with just a ukulele, no instruments, no mixing, no special effects, he sang this song.
Yeah,
and there's
amazing.
a version available on YouTube where you can watch it. It's at his funeral. The whole of Hawaii virtually come out, and he's on boats. They take his body and ashes and throw them in the water, and the music is playing.
Yeah,
What a Wonderful World and Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Over the Rainbow.
Wow, I think I've heard that a million times. Yeah, seriously, it's such a lovely song.
Yeah, his was, I think, the most famous version.
That's right. Yeah,
of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. What about? Have you ever heard the Ryan Adams version of Wonderwall?
Yes, I have.
Isn't it hauntingly beautiful?
It's a fantastic song. I mean, the Oasis brothers, Liam and Neil
and Liam,
did a great job with it. So it's a lovely album that they produced, and I think that's the song that identifies Oasis. And I like Ryan Adams' version really. And initially, when I didn't know, I thought it's Bryan Adams for some strange reason, and then I realized there's another guy called Ryan Adams who sounds a bit like Bryan Adams as well. But it's a lovely version, and
it's so good.
It's so
like
good,
even
really.
Noel himself was like, "Give him this song." It's his song.
Yeah.
And if you hear it, just like I was listening to all of these songs before I came in, and it is an amazing song. I think it was my favorite from all of the covers that I heard. So that one was like a massive. So the Oasis one was a massive hit in the 90s, and he kind of brought it back. And they played it again on the OC, which at the time of like 2001 to 2005 was the most popular show then, and all the tweens listened to it. And it like really, it's true what you said, like they bring a song back and it goes into a different generation. Yeah. So I was like a teenager when I heard this again, and I loved it. So good.
Okay, I'm going to share with you probably one of... I mean, this is amazing. Knocking on Heaven's Door, a song written by Bob Dylan, a folk song.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses took it up and turned it into it's absolutely amazing. I mean, when you hear them live on stage, I mean, you know this song.
Yes,
of course,
I know this
Knocking on
song.
Heaven's
Yes,
Door.
of course.
I think everybody out there knows this song.
Yes, I believe I covered it as well at some point in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely song. It's a lovely song.
Knocking on Heaven's Door. Okay, taking us back to more of like a dancey song. Do you know Walk This Way by Run DMC?
Yes, of course.
So it's originally Aerosmith.
Yes,
so I heard both versions.
Yeah.
It's so much cooler with Run DMC, and it made him popular. Like it kind of gave him a comeback. Steven Tyler. Because it's got a more like hip hop vibe to it, and they rap instead of sing. But they kept him as the chorus because his voice can reach like a really high scream.
Steve,
so that was
that's a lovely song. That's a real fun song.
And it was like this really nice collaboration of like rap and rock together. Which is
lovely. I loved it.
The name of our podcast.
Walk This Way.
Yeah.
Walk This Way.
Yeah,
cool.
So
it's
good.
A great song.
And so what brought it back to me on my radar was Sex and the City, the film. In the first film, they were trying on outfits from the 80s, and they put on songs, and this was like the song that came out, and I was like, oh, I know this
That's a great choice for Sex and the City,
Yeah. So, like, again, movies, TV shows, they kind of bring older songs back into your life again, which is really awesome. So that was a really good one. Nice.
What about Sweet Dreams? Have you heard that by Eurythmics?
Are made of
dreams
this?
Are made of this.
Yeah.
There's a cover by Marilyn
Manson.
Yeah.
So that's the one you
demonic,
hear.
Demonic.
That's the one I think you hear the most.
Yeah, of
like
course,
I hear it at almost every club that I go to these days because it's like
a great
song that really
it's a
gets
lovely
the
song.
people going.
Yeah.
It gets the people going.
Yeah.
Okay, really, really interesting cover. One that you may not have heard of is a cover of Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana, and it's done by The Weeknd. And I love, as you know, like I think I talk about him every episode.
Fan.
I'm a huge Weeknd fan.
That's because she loves her weekends. So don't blame her for that, guys.
Oh my God. Basically, I believe, yes, there is a version of a Michael Jackson song that is better than the original, and it's the way The Weeknd sings Dirty Diana. His voice and like it's a quieter background music, and it's such a good cover.
That's a brave cover. Yeah, I must confess I haven't heard it, but
I'll send it to you because I think you'll be very impressed.
Lovely,
He has a voice that like can go as high as Michael Jackson.
I think he's a big Michael Jackson fan himself, much like Bruno Mars is, and they've got that pitch, the right pitch. But still, to take an iconic song like Dirty Diana and try to claim it, own it,
so good,
is pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, it's really good. Do you have one more that you want to tell me?
Yeah, there's a lovely song called "The Power of Love" by another Canadian.
Whitney Houston. Oh.
Celine Dion, the French-Canadian Power of Love, which actually was recorded by Jennifer Rush.
Okay.
And it's powerful, I mean, like the song says, The Power of Love. It's such a powerful song.
Oh,
and I think Celine really owned that
took
song.
it. She's like,
she
this
really
is my
took
song.
it. And she's another performer I was fortunate to see in the Earls Court Theatre in the mid-90s.
Nice.
And I'm not really a big pop fan. I'm more to folk and rock, but Celine Dion. I mean, you don't get these chances very often.
That's true.
And I paid 50 quid to go and see that concert, and it was worth every single cent. She's an amazing performer, and The Power of Love it's a searing song. It soars and soars and soars. Actually, it goes into the heavens like that song. Yeah.
I think I would love to see Celine Dion live. Like I grew up listening to her because my mom was a really big fan, and that's how I learned to sing is because I would sing Celine Dion songs and. Oh.
Yeah, I think after that, that's what concerts do. When you go there, you see a performer, you become a fan immediately. You listen to her music more than you normally would. And there's a song of hers called, we're deviating a bit, guys, but I Drove All Night.
Oh, I love that one.
That's a song which she opens most of her concerts.
It's such a good
song.
song.
I think it's charisma. Oh my gosh, it's lovely.
So good. Okay, so just to finish the episode, I wanted to tell you what my favorite cover songs are. And you can tell me what your favorites are.
All right, yes, sir. Go ahead.
So, one of my favorite ones is... Okay, so do you know that song Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell? Came out in the 80s.
Yes.
There's this woman called Anna Waronker. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And she does it And it's just a very slowed down, very quiet version of the song. And
That's
it sounds
interesting.
so scary
Okay.
when you listen to it. And I love it. And I heard it on a TV show,
Okay.
The Carrie Diaries. So back when I was
Yeah.
like watching more TV. And The Sound of Silence by Disturbed.
Yes.
So Simon and
Yeah.
Garfunkel did it.
Yeah.
But I think Disturbed took it to a whole new level. I don't know if you've given
No, I haven't
that.
heard that version.
Okay, I'm
okay,
very
that's
excited
another
to
one
send
that
it
I'm
to
going
you.
to go back and listen to right now.
And Enjoy the Silence, originally by Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
This punk rock band called Anne Berlin did a cover of it, and I heard it at the Vampire Diaries TV show.
Oh, gosh. All right.
And those are my 3 favorite cover songs that I thought were just like unbelievable and much better than the original.
That's a nice choice. Very eclectic.
Thank
Very
you.
nice choice.
Thank you. What are yours?
My gosh, we've already talked about the songs that I like. But I would say like perhaps "What a Wonderful World" would be
Your fave?
not just because I'm an old fuddy-duddy, but I like the way that song has been treated by so many people, like Eva Cassidy and Katie Melua, another Canadian singer, great singer, Patti Smith, Anne Murray. You know, I mean, so many different performers have done it. But 3 quick songs that I like, cover songs, What a Wonderful World, Knocking on Heaven's Door, and I would say Sweet Dreams.
Oh, okay.
The Marilyn
good.
Manson version.
Nice selection.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, Yusra.
What a fun episode.
I think I really missed a lot of all this when I was back in Bangalore. I'm not going to go away for long holidays to do the show, guys. And
we love the show.
Keep watching. And we'd love to hear from you. I mean,
you can
brickbats or bouquets, throw them at us. And if you've got any ideas, please let us know.
Yeah, you can
what
tweet
you'd like
us
to do.
at Gulf News. And that's it for today. See you next time.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.